Hey everybody, it's Pastor John Vantana. I am thrilled that you joined with ICAN Media. This is a special exclusive video just for our prayer partners. I'm going to share with you an amazing 5-step system that God gave me for instant power, instant success. It's called God's Guarantee. It's how you can get 12 times more power than everybody else and how you can get instant miracles, get instant change. It works really well. I want to share with you, I struggled for so many years. You know, I tithed, I sacrificially gave, I sowed seeds, and I still struggled with health, I struggled with money, I struggled with relationships. And so God showed me this system that I'm going to share with you, and it's completely free of charge just because you joined with us as a prayer partner. Like I said, this is exclusive for you, for our prayer partners at ICAN Media, and you're going to love it. So I'm going to get right to this. So, you know, some of the things, I'm checking my notes here, make sure I didn't forget anything. I always felt like I wasn't good enough. You ever feel like you're not enough? Ever feel like, you know, you take a step forward and something always drags you back? As soon as you get money, something always comes and takes it away. And so that was where I lived for so many years until God really started showing me this system. So here's the thing. The first thing you need to understand is God ordained ICAN Media. God told me to do this. This was not something I ever dreamed of. It's not something I went to school for. But God told me to get involved in ministry and to create Christian media. And that means movies, music, things like that. And so I'm so excited about this. So here's the thing. Because this is a God's deal, it's a God's thing, you're really partnering with God. By partnering with us in your prayers and your giving and whatever way you partner with us, you're actually partnering with God, because ICAN Media is a God thing. And so I really want to encourage you that you have done the right thing. So let me break down a simple overview of this system so you can see the difference between what you've been taught before in church and this 5-step system that God showed me. In the Bible, I want to show you stuff that you can prove. I want to show you stuff that you can verify. So that's really important to me, that this is stuff that you can say, oh yeah, I can prove that this works. Because, you know, it doesn't do you any good if it's not something factual, it's not something evident. And I've heard so many people preach a bunch of abstract nonsense in churches that I really don't want to have anything to do with anything that's not very practical. So let's get to very practical things. Now I want to tell you about 2 men in the Bible. And I'm going to show you how powerful this is. There's 2 men in the Bible, okay? They're both related to each other. All right? They serve the same God. They both make mistakes. They're not perfect. They both fell in love and got married. They both stood on the same promise from God. They both tithed. They both sacrificially gave. They both started poor and ended wealthy. But here's the thing. They weren't really going after the money. They wanted children. They wanted to have a future. All right? So let's look at what the difference is. This will blow you away and you're really going to be amazed. So what's the difference? The first man, you know, he stood in faith. I'm talking about Abraham, and he wanted his child, Isaac. You know the story. And he stood in faith for 25 years. And that is the system that you've probably grown up in church, and that you're going to hear things like, keep on keeping on, and if you don't give up, you'll receive the blessing, and just keep pressing on, and in due time, and all this stuff. And that's fine. And that works. Abraham, 25 years he had his child. But let's look at the other guy, all right? Now, the other guy is Jacob. Now, you know Jacob. You know the story. If you've ever read the Bible, he made a lot of mistakes, like I said. But he did not have to wait to have children. And here's an amazing thing. So, number one, instead of 25 years, he had instant success. And here's something else that's totally amazing. And that is that Abraham, yes, he had Isaac. And you remember he had Ishmael. He had other children. But Abraham's blessing only went to Isaac. But Jacob, all of his sons, all 12 of his sons were blessed according to the Bible. And you can verify this in the book of Genesis. And here's the thing, another thing that's really amazing is the system that Jacob used. You remember the story in the Bible about how Abraham, he had to fight some battles and stuff like that. But in Genesis 31:24, God intervened on Jacob's behalf. So Jacob didn't have to fight any battles. Okay? And that was based on this God's guaranteed system that I'm going to share with you. It's really amazing and it's really powerful. And like I said, both the guys, they both tithed, they both sowed seeds, but one had instant change, one had instant success, and the other guy had to wait 25 years. So I want to show you this system that God showed me, and it's going to really bless you. Let me check my notes to make sure that I didn't forget anything. Oh yeah, so we're going to cover things like, will it work for you? What about nowadays? All right, because a lot of people say, okay, well, yeah, that works in Genesis, but how about now? Well, it worked for me, it works for me. And I want to give you two great examples, and there's other ones. Oh, here, let me give you another Bible example, all right? What it boils down to is the power of God is in the promise, and I'll share with you how to use it later, because I don't have time on this video because I have to keep all these short, but let's get right to this, all right? Samuel, his mother used a promise. You ever hear Oral Roberts? All right, his mother, she used a promise. She called it a vow. Benny Hinn, all right, his mother used a promise. And so when you use a promise to God, it engages God's power, his 12 times power for instant success, and it connects it to your life. All right, like if you take a wedding, all right, when in a marriage, you have these promises that you make to each other, you have these vows that you make to each other. And what happens when you make a promise to God is you marry God's power to your problem for instant change, instant success, and immediate breakthrough. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you on these short videos. The next video, I am going to prove to you that God's promises will work for you and how it will marry God's power to your problem. So this is, like I said, it's a great set of videos. I can't wait to share all these steps with you. It's going to be amazing. And I have to get off here. Like I said, all these videos are going to be short. They're going to be to the point. They're going to be very factual, tactical, things that you can actually do, things you can implement immediately. So I'll see you in the next video. Until then, remember, God cares for you and you have partnered with God. I'll see you in the next video.